Hi, everybody. This is a short practice entitled Ground and Meditate for those days when you don't have a lot of time but still want to stay with a consistent practice. You don't need much. If you have space to put legs up the wall, then having that would be good. If not, a chair will work in its place, and a cushion or something to sit on for a little bit of meditation. So we're going to start in a seat. I'm going to start with a little foot massage. So just sitting comfortably, sitting upright, of course. So adding bolster, block, whatever you need to be upright and not hunched over. And then we're going to get to one foot and just massage that foot for a few breaths. Many of us kind of avoid our feet, which is ironic because they connect us to the earth and they're the foundation for the rest of the body. So just notice if you have like this aversion to even looking at your foot, and let's look at the foot with love and gratitude. So I'm palpating mostly with my thumbs. I'm not a massage therapist, so no big technique involved here, but just try to get all of the surface area of your foot. You can use your fingers, you can use the heels of your hands. Make sure you get the arch of the foot. Any parts on the bottom of the foot, particularly that are sensitive, give those some extra love. Maybe behind the ankles a little bit. You can kind of clear the gates. So I'm brushing my hand between the toes from the ankle, the bones, brushing between the bones on the tops of the feet from the ankle all the way to a little pinch between the toes. You can weave opposite hand fingers between the toes and try to work them down. This does get easier if you do it regularly. So something you could do anytime. You don't need a separate practice. Maybe a little tug on each toe. Okay, and then other foot. Notice how you're breathing. Gratitude to your feet, your foot. Little mini foot massage before bed is a nice idea. Can set you up for better sleep with a little bit of oil or your favorite lotion. Again, it doesn't have to be a big deal, just a few breaths. Sliding the hands between the long bones, tops of the feet from the ankles down to pinch off between the toes. Be sure you get your arch. It's usually easier to do opposite hand, weaving the fingers between the toes, try to work them all the way down. If you cram your feet into tight shoes, this is difficult. Really want the toes to be able to spread. Little tug on each toe. Okay, and then from here, we have two asana. Downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Let's begin in tabletop. The hands beneath the shoulders, spreading through the fingers, rooting each knuckle, especially the bases of your index fingers, bases of your thumbs. Weight is a little bit more toward the fingers versus the wrists. And then without moving the hands, imagine you could screw the hands into the ground away from each other. From here, toes tuck under, hips lift up, knees can stay bent. We want at least a little bend in the knees. We don't want to completely lock out, particularly if you tend to be hypermobile. Push the floor away, keep dialing the hands away from each other. Let your head go. Try not to sink into the shoulders. It's not good for the shoulders. There's like a little bit of lift from the shoulders up toward the ceiling. Let's take a few long, slow breaths here. And now find your way to Uttanasana, standing forward bend. Feet can walk forward, hands can walk back, can be a combo. But let's lay the torso on the thighs and therefore most likely, for the vast majority of us, have a bend to the knees. Take a look at your feet, make sure your toes are spread, your hands can help if they're kind of clumped up. Feeling your connection to the earth through your feet. You can allow your head to hang. Long, slow breaths. To rise, we'll push the floor away with the feet, bend the knees more, and come on up to stand. From here, setting up for either legs up the wall or legs on the chair. So for legs up the wall, you would want to get one hip close to the wall, and then lower the upper body and swing the legs up. Or you don't have wall space, you can use any old chair. It could be your couch. I like to actually put a blanket on top of the chair. I didn't mention that. It's not critical. Just a little softer, a little bit kinder. Okay, and then legs, calves are up, and body is down. We'll be here for about 3 minutes. You could stay longer if you had more time. Let your eyes close. Let your body rest. Your mind is starting to drift away from the here and now. Bring your focus back into the river of breath. Just one breath at a time. Watching the breath coming in and going out. About 1 more minute here. And then we'll bend the knees in toward the chest so we can roll to the side. Use your hands to press yourself up. And now we'll sit for a few minutes of meditation. So you're welcome to sit in your chair. You want to make sure that your feet are on the ground or on something. If your feet don't reach the ground, you want to put something underneath your feet so that they're grounded. If you've got the wall space and you'd like a little extra spinal support, you can sit up against the wall or not. I recommend sitting on a cushion at the wall or not at the wall. We do not want the knees up high. We want them down low. You can sit cross-legged. You could have legs out in front. If the cross legs don't work for you, you could sit in hero's pose. Sitting in such a way that the spine is upright and you feel at ease and not fighting your posture. And we'll sit for 5 minutes. I'm going to surf around on your sitting bones to ground down. Let your elbows be relaxed, shoulders relaxed, hands resting comfortably. Close your eyes or simply turn your gaze downward. Sense your spine rising from the ground of your pelvis. Your ribs stacking over your hips. Shoulders stacking over the pelvis. Head floating at the top of the spine. And just very slightly tuck your chin, sliding the back of your skull upward. Relax your jaw, relax your face. Let your breath come back into the foreground. We're not breathing any particular way. It's not big, it's not impressive, it's not especially deep. Watching the breath coming in and going out one breath at a time. When the mind drifts away, simply bring it back into the breath stream with patience, with kindness, with discipline. One more minute here, resting in awareness, watching the breath. Let's keep the eyes closed for just a little bit longer and take some deep, wide, expansive breaths. Maybe one or two more deep breaths. Keep the eyes closed if you can and move and stretch a little bit, reawakening the body in a gentle, mindful way. And then allow the body to come back to stillness. Stay connected to your breath. And gradually open your eyes to a soft gaze. Thank you for taking the time to ground and center yourself with me. Have a beautiful day, night, whatever it is for you. Namaste.